welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Sean.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm terrific.
Yeah.
We were just talking about ahead of time before we started the show about us reading or talking about the Mortal Kombat movie that came out. I believe it was last week Friday.
Yes.
And we watched it.
We did.
And I guess I enjoyed it.
I mean, I'm not going to say, all right, it was very short, which thumbs up for that.
Yeah, it was short. It was longer than less than 2 hours.
Yeah, which, wow, a movie in 2021 that's less than 2 hours, amazing. So I liked that. There were some great fight scenes. Like, there's a fight at the end that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's just awesome. However, I want literally nothing but back-to-back fights if I'm watching a Mortal Kombat movie. I still liked it. I didn't really care about the mythology. I just want people fucking monsters fighting. Yeah. That is what I want.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of people are, poo-pooing on the idea that there's a guy in there that's like the everyman that's supposed to be kind of a guy's journey, and I'm like, yeah, but like, who's watching
this for the story?
Yeah, who's watching? Well,
none of us.
Yeah, who's watching? Who's watching this that doesn't already know something a little bit more about Mortal Kombat and needs some sort of, needs her handheld. There's nobody.
Right.
There's nobody.
Right.
I mean, I know they tie it in to like the actual Mortal Kombat, mythos or whatever, in a way, but it's not really that necessary. And there's a lot of like, soul finding and stuff with the Arcana.
Yeah, there's like a training montage, and you have to figure out like your power. And I'm like, I don't need them to figure it out. I'm just cool with them having it.
Yeah, if you can't, they came in. It's like this guy shoots fire, this guy shoots ice, this guy has
this guy has this cool spinny hat that's gonna cut people in half.
This guy's got a cool spinny hat.
I'm here for it.
I'm like, I already buy it. I'm already there.
That's all you have to. All you had to do, I mean, really, in this, the trailer did exactly what it needed to do. You gave me a blood ice dagger in the trailer.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero takes somebody's blood and freezes it into a knife and then stabs them with it, and it's awesome.
Yeah. There's also that one line, I think it's Scorpion saying, I rose from the depths of hell to fight you.
Yeah, and I'm like,
something.
Sweet.
And I was like, oh, okay.
I think it was Scorpion. It was like, I came from hell to fight you, and I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
That's all I need, though. That's literally all I need. I just need dudes popping up and be like somebody going fight, and then them fighting, and then maybe like Sindel screaming and melting someone's flesh off because she was always my favorite. And then somebody else fatality, and then somebody does it again. 2 more characters fight.
Yeah.
You don't need a reason.
No, I agree.
Except you're cool monsters with powers. That's all you need.
Yeah. I also enjoyed I liked Kano. I thought Kano was fun.
Sure.
I enjoyed also somebody, and I was watching the Angry Video Game Nerd, James Rolfe. I was watching his review of the movie, and he brought up Cabal, who's kind of like this, like he's like a bounty hunter.
Yeah, and he kind of looks like a dark trooper.
Dark trooper, yeah, because I mean that's how he looks in the game too.
Yeah, he literally looks like a dark trooper from Star Wars.
Yeah, and he's got like the thing on it. He's got the thing on him, and he has this big mask apparatus, and he needs to live.
Sure.
He's like a kind of like a Bane thing. And he's got some good lines, just some very sarcastic stuff, which I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could be that. I could see myself. That's the guy I want to be.
Yeah.
I want to be Cabal. I want to just be like, hey, I'm here and I got a bunch of sticks and I'm Bane,
and I'm Bane. But yeah, no, I it was fine. It was a perfectly cromulent movie that wasn't too long, and I think I'd be bitching if it was much long. If it was more than 2 hours, I'd probably be bitching because I was already. Yeah, I was like, oh, whatever. I really kind of tuned out until we got to the very end fight, and then I was like, yes, this is everything. I've literally waited the entire movie for this. This is what I want, except like expand this into 2 hours.
Yes,
because that end fight is sweet.
I would recommend everybody watching it just for that fight. But I did read today on the old internet an article, which I'll put on our page, by Rafi Schwartz, who says Mortal Kombat should have had more gore. This is the correct take. But he suggests how we can get more gore into these movies. Mm-hmm. So he says, perhaps a character should kick another character in the crotch so hard that their skull pops off their neck and explodes in midair, showering everyone with pieces of brain.
That's a good one.
I like it. Someone should be stabbed to death with their own bones. I just like that image.
I'm surprised that hasn't. I haven't seen that.
I know. So somebody
like even in a horror movie where some guy's just like bone.
I mean, it could have happened in that fucking Rambo movie where he pulls a collarbone out of that dude.
If there's a movie for you know what? Honestly, I was surprised that's probably like a deleted scene, or that was definitely in an early draft of the script.
Breaks that piece of bone off and he just stabs him to death with it. Would have been great. Because honestly, that Rambo movie is shit, but it had some great kills.
Yeah.
Skin parachute. Someone turns into a skin parachute. Another
that sounds impractical.
Yeah. Another hat vivisection, but this time there's more hats. Like 2 hats. Or perhaps 3.
Could we get different kinds of hats?
Yes, many hats.
Like sombreros.
Yes.
And,
as long as they have a sharp edge.
Yeah. Like
baseball caps doesn't matter.
I want a bowler derby or whatever those things are called. Well, there's a derby and a bowler. Those are 2 different.
Yeah. Someone shoves their hand down another person's throat, pulls them inside out, and then laughs at their gross insides.
Shame them to death. That's I like that one because that one is gross but psychological.
Yes, I appreciate it. And then finally, you know that video where the newscaster is stomping grapes, but she falls over and breaks her leg? But the newscaster is a Mortal Kombat character, and when she hits the ground, she is liquefied into a puddle of goo. Also, instead of grapes, she's stomping on someone's face.
I would like that woman to be a playable character.
Yeah, exactly. And then she just like puts you in her bucket and stomps on you a bunch. It'd be great.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yep. So,
these are great ideas.
I appreciate them all.
I would read this article.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something else about Mortal Kombat, but
Mortal Kombat. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
No, I mean it was fine. You know.
Yeah, it was fine.
That was the thing. I want somebody to be killed. One of my ideas, and I wanted to find a way to write this into a movie, is somebody be killed by somebody else's decapitated head.
What, you mean like their head gets decapitated and flies and hits someone else?
No, or something where somebody takes somebody else's decapitated head and throws it at another person and it kills and it explodes them.
Oh, neat! Yeah, so I like that. It's like a grenade.
That's another thing I've never seen.
That'd be cool.
I want to see it.
So you like stuff dynamite in it and throw it?
No. Just we're not even stuffing anything. Oh. It's the force.
Oh, I see.
One. It's like you're throwing it like a football.
Yeah.
But really fucking hard.
Yeah.
And they're exploding somebody's head, with another head.
Yeah, I like it.
I want to see that. I want to see that in the movie.
To an Italian horror director, because that's who's going to put that in a movie.
It's like, hey.
You know what I'd like? I'd like a fatality that's basically Midsummer. So like when you send somebody up to...
What, they push an old guy off a cliff?
They push you off a cliff and
do they age you?
Yes. They rapidly age you with their powers. Then they take you to the top of a cliff, throw you off, you don't die, and then they beat you to death with a giant mallet.
that Midsummer was kind of like a Mortal Kombat movie.
100%. I mean, you get stuck.
It's actually had more gore than this one.
You get paralyzed, stuffed into a bear, and lit on fire in that movie.
Midsummer.
Exactly, and it's just like flowers fatality. Fall out. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, actually, I like this idea of the crossing over the Midsummer verse with the Mortal Kombat verse.
I think that'd be a great fatality. That'd be amazing.
I like the idea of somebody being aged artificially and then shoved off a cliff.
They use their powers and make you old, and then they throw you off a cliff.
It's like Shang Tsung could probably do that.
Yeah.
This seems like a thing of Shang Tsung.
Exactly. Like he makes you old, throws you off a cliff, you don't die, and then he beats you to death with a mallet.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, I mean, those people get, in the Mortal Kombat games, they get like crushed by like,
That's
moves that aren't or things, and they live to keep fighting.
Call me Mortal Kombat people. I got ideas.
We don't know. We've run out of ways to kill people. Who can we talk to?
Who can we talk to?
We've run out of people to talk to. We've asked everybody that we know.
We have called those Italian horror directors.
We've called all the Italians. Just all the Italians.
Yeah, every Italian horror director. Anyway, they haven't called all the Italians because they haven't called me yet.
Shoot. Well, no, you're not like Italian.
No, that's true. I'm Italian.
They might call your mom, and your mom might have to take the message and give it to you.
My mom would probably have a lot of fucking ideas.
Actually, mom would be like.
My mom would have a lot of fucking ideas. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to explain Mortal Kombat to her first.
I just think you'd be like, "Hey, mom, what's a great way to kill somebody?" She'll come up with something.
Oh, okay.
You know my mom.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. No, I like this idea.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Speaking of horror. Yeah. I just wanted to put out there. I was watching it last night. The second part of I fucking forgot what it was called.
It's that like horror documentary thing. What's it called?
I want to say something about In Search of Darkness.
Ah, there it is.
In Search of Darkness. So the first one, it was like a Kickstarter thing that was out there, and it got funded, and it's basically like the first one. It's like a 5-hour documentary.
Yeah, it's really long.
I don't know. The thing though is like you're watching it, and it's literally just like, hey, here's a bunch of talking heads for people from the horror business and actors, and then we just talk about these individual movies.
Yeah.
And we go year by year, and I'm like, great, sign me up.
It's literally like, so you love lists.
I do love lists.
This is literally like lists.
I enjoyed that list you just read me.
In a visual form.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, here's a horror movie from a year. Here's what the poster looks like.
Uh-huh.
And now we're going to talk to people about it.
Then we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to move on to another one, and it's like, oh, great.
This is right up Sean's alley.
Yeah, I will watch that forever.
It's fun, too, because, obviously last time we talked about what's-his-face being in that movie. The guy from Halloween 3. What's his name?
Oh, Tom Atkins.
I was going to call him Tom Holland. I'm like, that's not correct. Tom Atkins is in there, and he's talking about stuff. But then Clancy Brown is there, and you mentioned that Clancy Brown in this looks like Santa Claus.
He sure does.
And he does. He's got the bushiest white beard I've ever seen. It is like pure white.
Santa, and you know what? Give me Clancy Brown. Talk about anything.
I'm here for Clancy Brown. I love Clancy Brown.
I'm here for Clancy Brown. I once sold Clancy Brown a Peter Frampton CD in the year 2010,
and he was huge.
And he was gigantic. And I managed to maintain my composure, but I feel like I didn't really appreciate as much as the Clancy Brown until I started watching Justice League.
He's so good
because he's
so good.
He's Lex Luthor in those, and yeah, and obviously he's in other great things.
Oh, he's in so many great things.
We just watched Highlander again recently.
Yep.
So he's in that, and then he's I didn't realize this, but he's in the 1985 movie The Bride, which is like
that's why he was on there.
Yeah, well, he's on there. He's on there just because he's Clancy Brown.
Well, that's true.
But when they talked about The Bride, they're like, "Hey, we're talking about The Bride with Sting and Jennifer Beals, and it's a movie that I've always wanted to see."
Yeah.
But I remember seeing the posters when I was young, But now it's like I've never seen it. It's about it's like a Frankenstein kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that he was in it because he played the titular monster. Yeah, he's in it. So
he was in only the very first episode of Sleepy Hollow. Do you remember that show? He was in it. He was like the town sheriff, and then of course he gets murdered like in the pilot. And I'm like, well, that sucks. But of course, why do you hire Clancy Brown to have him do a voiceover of Revelations as like all this shit goes down at the end? And that's why you hire him, because he's got that voice. So yeah, he was in that. He was good. He got killed, which was sad.
Murder, death, kill.
Yeah, because I was like, no, more Clancy Brown, please.
But my point is that there's a sequel. So there's the first
Bride?
one. No.
Oh.
No, In Search of Darkness.
Sorry.
It's Clancy Brown and
I thought we already mentioned that there's
Clancy
a
Brown's
second
son.
part that you were watching.
I don't know if I mentioned that.
Oh, okay. There is a second part.
Because the first one's like a gigantic one, and then the second one's like 4 hours long, and the second one just because I think they had like so much footage and just so much stuff to put together, and just like fuck it, put out a second one, and I'm like,
yes,
great, thank
Sean's
you.
Here for
you know what?
it.
Put out 10 of them.
Oh yeah.
Put them out like every year.
Yes.
So I can continue to enjoy them. Mm-hmm. Do it for me,
Yeah.
and it's on Shudder. So if you
Yeah.
have Shudder, you can watch it. I mean, I think you can like buy the DVD. But I remember I wanted to buy the DVD, and it was like $80 or something. It was
Yeah.
something ridiculous because it's a gigantic movie.
Right.
But yeah, no, this is on Shudder. So if you have Shudder, I highly recommend it. And
and what else was really great about it? There is, because they have all those movie posters. So it's like they'll talk about a movie and then I'll like play this, fun 80s-ish horror theme sounding music, and they like zoom in on another poster. And of course the poster for Blood Beach is up there.
They didn't talk about
which
Blood Beach.
I know they don't, because nobody does, because it's stuck on it's never gonna get on fucking DVD. It's stuck on VHS. And that makes me so sad.
Well, somebody put the VHS in the DVD player.
No, I'm like, have you seen this shitty Amazon transfers? Fucking transfer that motherfucker off of VHS. I don't care. I want to watch it again.
There's no shame.
No,
there's no shame on Amazon Prime. They don't give a fuck.
Well, you remember when we went to that thing? That's what they were saying. They're like, they had to play it off of VCR, and they were like, well, it's stuck on VHS, and I can't remember what reason. And I'm just like, so make a shitty transfer and put it on Amazon, because that's all that's on Amazon is shitty ass transfers.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Yeah, they don't even try, because the world needs to see this man eat a sandwich made out of bread and celery
And salt.
and salt.
It's so good. It's so good. I love it so much. I really enjoy that. And you get to see LA when it was shitty.
Well, Santa Monica.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like LA in general, but like Santa Monica when it
LA
was
is
like,
always shitty. What are you talking about?
Shitty. But I mean, like the Santa Monica Pier when it was like dilapidated, you shouldn't even go there, and that's just what it looked like.
Yeah, I do.
And that's amazing.
I do enjoy me a shitty Santa Monica.
I do too, because that would never happen today. It's so amazing that was a thing.
We're so worried about being safe and clean.
Yeah, no, let's get gross.
No, let's because that way, that's how you get the sand monsters.
That's the only way, because
they're attracted to filth.
Yes,
they want this. Is like, you know what? This is the right kind of place. I'm a dirty monster. I'm going to hang out on this dirty pier.
Yeah,
I'm going to start killing these dirty hippies.
100%.
I'm like, fuck yeah, man. But yeah, so that's up there. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. The last episode wrapped up. Finally caught up on watching all of them. Pretty good.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, I think some people are saying it wasn't long enough, and I'm like,
I thought it was a little bit too long, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Even for 6 episodes?
Yeah, no, I was fine. Because I was like, again, it wasn't, and I went into it knowing this is going to be a pretty standard Marvel thing. Uh-huh. I'm here for the weird shit now, so I'm kind of like, okay, I'm fine. I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm glad we get to see, Sam is Cap now, and we talked about Isaiah Bradley, yes. Isaiah Bradley, and then that whole thing that comes from that, red, white, and black story, which is great. Like, let's bring that into here. I'm glad we saw that. But like, to me, the Flag Smashers didn't ever they weren't defined. They were just like, we want this thing, now let's do vague things to achieve our goal.
To try to get back to the way it was during the snap. Right.
But I don't know, and I'm supposed to sympathize with this woman, but she's just killing people and lighting shit on fire.
And then she kill somebody, and they would just kill innocent people.
Yeah.
As a part of their collateral damage, she'd be like, yeah, but it's part of the cause. And it's like,
and I'm like, is it though? I mean, your cause is kind of ill-defined. I get it.
Yeah.
And understandably, them trying to be we're just going to resettle 20 million people. It's not going to fucking work. Yeah. So that's stupid. But at the same time, I'm like, so what exactly is supposed to happen? You just want it to stay this way? That's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was not very impressed with that. Though Baron Zemo's coat alone is worth 6 episodes.
Baron Zemo, yeah.
That coat is so fucking cool. I love menswear. I cannot tell you how much I love men's clothing. When it's good, it's so good. Because I'm like, that coat is good. And I'm like, I love it. If I were a dude, I would buy 9 of them. It's beautiful.
If I had places to wear them, I would.
Oh my God, I love men's bar. I would love suits. I love coats. I was watching SVU because I've been binging my way through. And season 10, Stabler walks up in this amazing gray wool overcoat that has like it's like a peacoat. It's so good. And I was like, I love that coat. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Men, you do not understand, if you get the right clothes, just how good it is. It's so good. Anyway.
Well, I hope I
Menswear.
Well, I hope I get to because as an older man, now I think I've come to appreciate the necessity for having multiple suits.
Oh, well, you had to buy multiple suits.
I had to buy for suit, but I enjoyed wearing this suit.
Well, yeah.
You know, and
I know. I walked around trying to find the right tie.
I don't like wearing dress shirts as much, though.
Oh, but I love a button-up. I forced you to. Okay.
But here's the problem.
I forced Sean. Let me explain. He's getting annoyed with me. Let me explain. So Sean had to buy suits for work. So we went and we had to find a tie to go with this gorgeous blue light plaid suit that you had. It's not like a really heavy plaid. It's just this nice blue light. Really cute. Very nice. Love it. We had to find a tie to go with it. And as we're walking around looking for shirts, I see this beautiful gray and orange check dress shirt on clearance. And I'm like, please buy this. Please buy this. I had to force him to buy this shirt.
Yes.
And he's never worn it. I mean, not that we're going anywhere.
That's the thing, though.
Not that we're actually going anywhere. But you know how hot you would look in that with like a nice pair of like dark jeans and then that brown corduroy jacket with the patches on the elbows? Fucking hot.
Well, we need to be able to wear it somewhere.
We're going to have to go somewhere because that is sexy as hell.
Okay. Well, I'm saying I got the opportunity. I'll have the opportunity to wear it at some point, but
he didn't want to buy it.
Okay, but I did enjoy the coat that coat with the patches.
Oh, it's hot. Yeah,
I like it. Yeah, actually,
it's gonna be great with like jeans, even with like a creeper t-shirt.
Yeah, I could wear that. That's the thing. I like wearing the t-shirts, you know, and I like to wear that with a coat. Mm-hmm. But problem is that the reason why I get so frustrated sometimes is that like I have like a tall torso.
That is true. You are hard to fit.
And so I'm hard to fit. So a lot of shirts don't actually, you know, I have a tall torso and I have a fat guy neck. You know, which I amused my coworker with because I was like,
talking about fat guy neck.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I can't button the top button sometimes because I need like because the problem is like I have to buy like a huge neck, but then the shirt's huge.
Right, it's too big for you.
And it's like, yeah, they just don't make shirts, you know, with like fat guy neck, you know, but the shirt is actually like a normal size.
Yeah.
So it kind of it's really frustrating. I mean, this is something I struggle with my entire life.
I know.
You know,
I always thought men would have it easier when shopping for clothes, and then we got.
I mean, most men do because they're.
I guess most men,
they're not monstrous freaks like me.
Because I've always, and we have talked about this before, but my issue as a tall woman is pants are always too fucking short.
Yeah.
Right. They're always too fucking short, and so it is impossible to find something that I don't look like I'm like waiting for a flood. So I always thought it'd be much easier to be a dude. And then we got together and I tried to buy you pants and it's harder than finding pants for me. Like finding the right length of pant for you is insane.
Yeah. Cause I think they don't make, you know, typically I'm usually like a 38, 34 or something like that. I just outed myself as a fat guy.
I think you already did that on the podcast before.
Oh yeah. That's right.
I mean, you're not really a fat guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm lumpy.
A lumpy guy. There you go. I don't think you're lumpy either.
Excuse me. Can you show me to the lumpy section? I know
husky.
You have husky and you have lumpy.
Is lumpy just what you graduated to at a husky?
Yeah, that's what I should have That's what should have happened. It's like, you know, they have you had the husky boys and turn into lumpy men.
Let's open a clothing store called Husky Boys and Lumpy Men.
I feel like that would be a good name of a book for me. Husky Boys into Lumpy Men. Mm-hmm. A memoir.
Yeah.
My memoir. Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, anyways, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Not bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's on Disney Plus, so great coats.
Great coat. Such a good coat.
Yes. But that's I guess that's all I wanted to talk about. You have anything else?
No.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break and we'll come back with our book for this week.
My name is Gabriel Blythe, and I survived the end of the world. Every week, I broadcast from my radio to find out if anyone else has survived. So far, I haven't been so lucky, but there's always time. and hope. If you enjoy a rich story, apocalyptic lore, and fantastic world building, join the podcast The Last Voice, available wherever you listen to your podcasts. Solve the mystery on how the world ended. Make your voice heard on The Last Voice.
All right, we're back here at Worst Collection Ever with our book for this week. It is The Outsiders, Volume 2, Number 0, from October 1994. This, of course, comes from the series of zero numbered books after the 0 Hour crossover for DC. And I absolutely love these.
Yes, you do.
I have a hard time not collecting these. It's one of those things where I'm like, well, I just need them because I want them, and they're not really worth anything because it's, it's like our collection, worst collection ever, like this exemplifies what exactly, we're dealing with here on the show is this just randomness of, I don't know, just random DC goodness. I mean, the Outsiders aren't really that. I mean, at least they're. I feel like the Outsiders are kind of like New Warriors in a way that like people know about them, but nobody really knows about them. And they might have had like a good run back in early on. But then now they're just kind of like, who can give a shit?
Right.
Like, I don't think there's been an Outsiders book, in years.
Yeah, I'm going to guess most of these characters have been long forgotten.
Well, no, I mean, I feel like there's still, I feel like Eradicator's still around.
Eradicator sucks.
Yeah, Eradicator does suck.
But his name's Eradicator.
Yeah, extreme. But like Looker, like she hasn't been around for years. What?
Looker.
It's
so dumb.
That's her name.
Is she a psychic vampire?
She's got telekinetic. But she also got, she has telepathy too, yeah. So she's got a little bit of that.
They keep referring to her as a vampire, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna suck some blood. No, she just like zaps a dude.
She drinks blood early, and when she's having the
bikini.
Yeah,
that's a great bikini.
Yeah,
it's a nice one.
She's drinking blood and having a good time.
But she doesn't like burn up like normal vampires?
No, that's one of the things, they're like, it's like, oh, she's a vampire, but she doesn't like burn up in the sun.
She glitters like that fucking Twilight book.
No.
Oh, good.
No, we don't do that here.
no glittery in the DC universe.
No, man, we don't fuck with that shit in DC universe. 1994 DC, man, we ain't no glitterers.
Nope.
But yeah, we mentioned a few of them, but yeah, Eradicator, and this is the one where this is Eradicator's team. So there's two different teams, because most of the time when you think of Outsiders, you think of Geo-Force and Katana and Halo and other people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's
I only know those three.
When Sean thinks of the Outsiders, he thinks of these people. When Jen thinks of the Outsiders, she thinks, who?
And when I think of the Outsiders, I think of like those three people, and then I start naming off Titans. And
really, you could sneak a few wrestlers in there, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
We have Fantasia, Bad Street. we have the Red Menace or whatever. Oh God, what's his? What was his Spanish name? La Roja de Menace.
Malo?
No, I don't know. I remember there was a wrestler. There was like a Florida wrestler that was like the Red Menace, and it was like La Roja de something.
Oh yeah. I don't know how to say menacins. I haven't gotten to that lesson yet.
I have to go back.
I'm doing very badly at my Spanish.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, just FYI, I'm stupid.
I don't know. You taught me how to say. You taught me how to say
feet.
Feet. I think I knew how to say feet.
Feet.
PAs.
PAs.
It was just like, it just says, it looks like pies.
Yeah, it does. Spell it as pies.
Pies.
Pies. Look at the pies on that.
Oh man, pies.
Oh man.
Wikipie.com.
Just find Quentin Tarantino in a bakery because he's confused.
Hey man, I thought there was gonna be some feet here, but I just see some pies.
He's in Colombia, just wandering around bakeries, like I was told there were feet.
Quentin Tarantino has not been seen because he
we
he
never
finally
saw Quentin Tarantino again.
because he learned that the word feet in Spanish is pies, and now he's thinking he's gonna find feet when there's pies. Sure.
Never saw him again. Actually, that just reminds me of the I love drag queens, and Trixie Mattel has that show on YouTube with Katya. And one time I forget what they were talking about, and she just turned to Katya and she was like, I wouldn't be surprised if we never saw Denise Richards again.
Were they talking about Denise Richards?
No, I don't know what they were talking about. I forget. They may have been. I don't think they did though. But
When was this?
Huh?
When was this?
Oh, a couple years ago.
I was just saying, because I once saw Denise Richards. She came in for a podcast.
So literally, if you watch any Trixie Mattel video, underneath it, somebody always puts, I wouldn't be surprised if we never saw Denise Richards again. And that is what I will forever think of when I think of Denise Richards.
We'll put that on your tombstone.
Thank you.
just so not dearly beloved. She was a great woman.
No, she's just really, we never saw Denise Richards again.
And they'd be like, yep.
Anyway, so Outsiders.
Outsiders. So we got Looker, Eradicator. We have Halo. Halo is here. We have Faust, but not Felix Faust, but his son, Sebastian Faust.
Yeah, he's shitty.
Shit Faust.
He's shittier. Felix Faust was shitty too, if my memory.
And see, Felix Faust is a piece of trash.
Everybody's garbage in these books.
Yeah, and then we have rounding out Wild, but WYLDE.
Yes, and he's a big bear man.
He's a bear man. Who I originally was looking at this and I was like, oh, I think this is what's his face? Tasmanian Devil. I thought that was like he was in this, but no.
No,
it's
he can only show up once a year on this podcast, and he already showed up.
Who, Tasmanian Devil?
Yeah. He was hanging out on the beach with
Oh, yeah, no, I know. I'm saying, but like I didn't realize he had a once a year thing with us.
I'm putting it into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he only shows up once a year. That's my rule.
Okay. So yeah, it's just a big.
I don't have many rules. That's just.
It's about time you had some rules.
It's about time. I got to put boundaries down.
So we have, the cover's just basically them doing things, like Eradicator. For some reason, I don't know why he's got a big scarred up face. I
don't understand either. Like, at first I was just like, is he dirty? Like, was there an explosion? No,
he just got like tiny scars.
His head went through a plate glass window. That's what this man looks like.
But he's a Superman.
He's also like a mix of a bunch of different characters. He's got that cape, like, what's his face?
Mr. Sinister?
Yes.
It's a high-angled cape.
Yeah, he's got a Mr. Sinister cape. He's got fucking goggles on like Cyclops. And then his suit itself kind of looks like Nightwing.
Yeah.
So he's like a mix of all these different characters.
Yeah, he's a big jabroni mix.
Yeah, I don't like him.
So we start off though with Eradicator, and he shows he's talking to a computer of some sort.
Yeah, he's like standing in front of a computer, and he's like, it's all very like, all these narration boxes are like so very like intense, like over the top. He's like, I cannot bear my soul in front of this machine. Like, it's just. Well, it's a lot.
He's posing as a freelance merchant, asking about a particular gun, these guns, and he and then whoever's in this TV is like, "Hey, where'd you get the gun?" So he just shoots the TV. He pulls an Elvis, and then a bunch of people come in to shoot at him, and his whole thing here is he keeps saying it's like they're all kids. They're young. This one looks like my son and whatever. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They all look like they're 50.
Yeah.
Like they all look like regular dudes, Yeah. Regular guys and girls.
You cannot tell the age of anybody in this book except for like that one dude who like captures Wild.
Right. Yeah. Because he has white hair.
Yeah. Other than that, everyone looks the same age.
Yeah. Everybody's the same age. So it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, but he's getting blasted and he's like, whatever, man. I'm just going to kill everybody here. And none of them are innocent. I deny all innocence. That was one of the intense boxes he has here. but he saves one dude who's like, he looks like my son.
Yeah, and he's like, and then I destroyed his gun. It was like I destroyed his lover.
Yeah, because we learn why.
We'll figure out why.
We will figure out why. But he's like, fuck your gun, son.
Yeah.
Hey, son, fuck you.
Because it's like they're laser guns, and like the longer the laser fires, the more intense it seems to get, and he doesn't understand why. Blah 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 blah. So then he like, there's a lady in a helicopter.
Yeah, he chases after this helicopter, and they're shooting him with these guns. And he gets up to the helicopter, and he's like, "Man, this chick is hot, but I'm gonna fucking destroy her.
Her beauty does not go to her soul."
Yeah. Yeah. He's whacked. He's got a lot of weird sayings in this.
Yeah, Eradicator sucks.
Yeah. So
Not
I
a fan.
think he like shoots I don't know what he does here. He just kind of like
I don't know. There's an
explodes.
Yeah.
He explodes and he knocks off the like he explodes the helicopter along with it, but he's okay. And he's got like he's talking about like documents, but there's like documents just flying in the wind. He's like, maybe these documents will help me. And I'm like,
right.
How do you know these are the ones you need?
Right.
You know, they're all in the air. We get a fly. I mean, he's Superman-ish. So he can kind of fly around and grab them.
I guess.
So we jump to the mall. And so, by the way, Outsiders, based in L.A.
Oh, I see. So is this the Beverly Center?
So we could be in the Beverly Center. I mean, it just says mall. So we could be.
I'm going to say this is the Beverly Center.
We could also
because we do know
Burbank though too.
It could, but the Beverly Center did exist in the 80s, as we've seen, because it's used as the exterior shot in Chopping Mall.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a shot of it from the outside, even though it was not filmed in.
It was filmed in Sherman Oaks.
Yeah, which no longer exists.
It doesn't?
No, you know where the Sherman Oaks arc light is and that DSW?
Oh, yeah.
That used to be where the mall was. But it's been ripped down and like now it's an open air mall.
Right.
So, but it's not the one that was used in Chopping Mall. Anyway.
Oh, I love Chopping Mall.
It's a great movie.
So we jump to the mall and there's these women, these girls, assuming they're teenagers.
Yes, they are teenagers.
They're teenagers and they're watching some dude in a sporting goods store
talking about his tight jeans.
Some girls like, wow, he's getting into those tight jeans. I can help him put them on or take them off.
What year was this again?
1994.
Aren't we just going into grunge? Shouldn't those jeans be getting a little looser at this point?
Those be some baggy ass jeans.
They got to start getting baggy. People just got to start wearing flannels.
She should be like, yeah.
It's 1994. Nirvana exists.
Well, Nirvana
not
was,
for much longer, but
Nirvana was already
exists.
gone. I mean, it was October '94. It's already
done.
done.
Yeah, no, Kurt Cobain's already dead. So everybody should already be wearing
that lifted the moratorium
jeans.
on jeans had to get tighter.
They didn't
after.
Remember? Do you remember Jenkos? They
true.
just got bigger.
I want to live in those jeans.
They just got bigger and bigger.
Benny.
Oh no, he had Jenkos, didn't he?
Benny would have Jinkos or something like big jeans. His jeans were so big he could fit a full-sized yearbook in one of his pockets.
I know, they were insanely large. Do they still make them?
Benny would fit so many things. Benny would carry around just a giant stack of CDs that apparently he listened to.
But no CD player?
No CD player. We just carry around the CDs and just in his pocket. And he would have room for like everything.
Yeah. You remember when I said I loved menswear? I do not love Jinkos.
Yeah. Benny is not the ideal fashion plate when it comes to anything.
Jinkos in general were not good.
Benny had
they were so long that everyone who wore them walked around with frayed, dirty ass bottoms. And this happened when you wear bell bottom jeans too.
I had that problem too. Not with Jinkos, but just with jeans sometimes.
Well, that's because you're hard to fit, so you got to buy what fits. But like, it didn't matter. And it was always bad, especially out here. Like, because you'd have a day like today where it was raining in the morning and everybody would come into school and it's like wet up to their fucking knees and then they just have to dry all day. It's disgusting. Yeah. It's disgusting.
Silly.
Yeah.
Benny's mom, I believe, one time made him what basically looks like a scrub, like scrubs for like a doctor.
Yeah.
But made them orange.
Okay.
So Benny.
So he looked like
a prisoner,
a convict.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's just
yeah.
Throw that out there.
Nice.
I have many Benny stories.
Yes, you do.
It'd actually be great because if he just showed up in this book.
What, Benny?
Yeah.
No.
You just kind of start talking to these women without like any context.
Then
I would, yeah, how's just that?
If that actually happened, if I'm reading one of these comic books and Benny shows up with his fucking smudged glasses and like starts having a conversation with me like I just saw him yesterday, I will know that I am dead and that I am in hell. And that's how I'm going to know.
Hell comics.
And I'll be like, oh my God, I really am dead. Benny just showed up in this fucking comic. This is hell.
I don't know. I wonder if Benny knows how much I talk about him on this show.
Maybe.
Anyways, so she is like, so it's like, okay, so these girls are like Auga.
Yeah.
And Halo's there. And Halo, no, here's the thing with Halo. So she used to be like a blonde teenager.
Uh-huh.
Right? But she died.
R.I.P.
But then whatever like force that gives her Halo-ness or whatever, like it's an alien thing or whatever,
Sure.
transferred itself into the body of the wife of Technocrat, who we see at the end of this book.
Okay.
And she must apparently be an older woman.
Like my age?
I don't know, because apparently...
Let's say my age.
Well, because what happens is she's standing by, and so she's, you know, she looks
they all
same.
Look the
Everyone's
same.
the same age.
Everyone looks the same age.
But she's standing by, and she's like, you know, these girls are like, Auga, and she's like, yeah, Auga.
Yeah, she's like, oh, the small's groovy, huh? And they're like, oh my God, she's old. She's been watching too much 90210 with that haircut. It is not a 90210 haircut. It is a Melrose Place haircut.
Yeah, that's Jane.
That's
Jane
Jane from
do.
that, because that's that short ass fucking hair like Demi Moore had in the 90s, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah. So and she's like, oh man, that sucks. Those girls didn't like me. I'm just trying to make friends in this new body. So I guess I'll just leave. So she flies by the Hollywood sign, and she happens upon her buddy Looker, who is sitting poolside in her awesome bikini.
Yeah, it is. It's really fun. It's actually like patterned and shit. And it has like a good color scheme.
Yeah, they actually put some work into this.
They really did. It looks great. Like, of course, it's obviously like a bikini shot and she's all hot and stuff. But also, if you look, because it's a string bikini on top, but if you look at the underwear, it has the 3 straps, which is very in now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is cute.
Yeah. So yeah, she's looking great, and Halo's like, you know, like somebody calls her, and so I think she's like divorced or something. Because this is her ex-husband or something calling her, and so whoever's talking to her he just hangs up on him.
Yeah.
And Halo shows up, and you know, you know, she's like, yeah, it's hard to like call you Gabby, which is your name, even though you look like this old woman that has a 90210 haircut.
Decrepit, ancient.
It's
ancient old
She
bitch.
looks like Cloris Leachman.
Yeah.
Cloris Leachman flying around with a halo.
She's dead now too.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, she's great.
So, but here's the thing this is where she's like, you know, Halo's like, well, I guess since my body's older now, I guess I could drink.
Yeah, and that's my. Is she gonna? She's not gonna fuck anybody, is she?
I don't know.
Okay, so she wasn't like some 13-year-old who like got aged into like an old woman, and now she's just gonna like fuck, because that's not.
I can
never. It's never good.
I feel like
it's always so creepy.
Yeah, I feel like they don't get to. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know if she goes on a bacchanal or whatever.
Oh shit! Can we go on a bacchanal?
Sure.
I mean, we're fully vaxxed at this point.
It's true.
Been stuck in the house for a year.
Yeah.
It's time to have a bacchanal.
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 I want to go to a bacchanal at
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral.
That's the worst bacchanal.
Actually, that'd be the last bacchanal.
It's disgusting.
R.I.P.
That just sounds like a fucking buffet at an orgy. That's gross.
I do it at Sizzler though.
Uh-huh.
I miss Sizzler.
I know you do. I know. You loved those fucking wings. The hot bar. Sean's favorite thing was the hot bar.
I miss the hot bar.
Yeah.
Anyways,
gross.
So speaking of bars, Looker here is drinking what Halo thinks is the Bloody Mary, and it's not, because what we have to understand here is that Looker is a vampire,
Sort of.
is sort of a vampire who doesn't burn up in the sun.
No.
But she still like needs blood and stuff.
Yeah, but she's also like telepathic.
Yeah, she has she has power. Those are her powers ahead of time.
Oh, and then she got turned into a vampire?
Then she got turned into a vampire.
Well, that's like a double whammy.
Yeah, it's a double dipping.
Yeah.
And,
you can't double dip on powers.
Well, I mean, it wasn't.
You don't get to have powers and then get to be a vampire. That's not fair.
I don't know. She just became a vampire.
No, not fair. It's one or the other. Either you have your cool telekinetic powers and you zap people, or you're a vampire. You don't get to have both.
Well,
Spread the wealth.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, unfortunately, this was the '90s. It was full of excess. You know, we were living hard.
Yeah.
And she had multiple
Coming down
powers.
from the 80s.
Yeah.
So much cocaine.
So she's drinking blood.
Uh-huh.
Blood with ice.
Ew.
Because there's
Ew,
ice.
no.
There's ice in there.
Do you know how congealed and gross that would be?
Oh, because
No,
it's awful.
no.
But she's
no.
she's having a but that's what she's got to do.
She's not drinking blood. She's chewing blood.
Blood. Also, she's remarkably clean for having a chewy blood drink going on there.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, she's got like, is there a straw in there?
No.
Oh, that's even worse. Because I was going to say, that's like, when you try to drink a milkshake and it's like too thick and you're just like sucking as hard as you can. That's like what it would be like to try to drink congealed blood.
Well, apparently she found a way, but she's got super strength, so she could power through the congealedness.
Does she have super suck?
Well, yeah, if you have super strength, you have super suck.
Is that how it works?
Well, yeah, because your lungs are
Because if you have super strength, you have super sucking powers. So
You
literally are like a Hoover. Could you suck a dick off?
I'm certain that any person with superpowers can do this.
Like if you're sucking, so if you are sucking a dick and you are just going for it, can you do it so hard it comes off?
If I have superpowers?
Yeah, if you have superpowers and you're sucking a dick, can you suck so hard that dick will come off the body?
I would assume so. Because I'm just going to assume so, because you have, if Superman or Supergirl or whoever, is out there doing blowies. I didn't want to say it, and then I said it. Now
blowies?
I feel, yeah, blowies.
Beej?
Doing beeges. You could, I would imagine if you had to do a joint. I've never done it, so
All right.
I don't know.
I've sucked a dick. Let's talk about it.
Right, but
so you're sucking the dick.
Yeah, and you suck, and you could probably detach because it's super strong. Unless if
that would be horrible.
But unless
that's
if you're
a great fatality.
Unless if you're conscious. You got to be conscious of your super strength.
But what if that's your fatality?
Well, then that's how
your
you do it.
Your fatality is you start sucking a dick and you just suck it right off, and the dude bleeds out in like 5 seconds.
Well, you suck
fatality.
You suck his entire body through that dick.
Oh shit! It's like a straw.
Yeah, it's a straw. I assume my penis is like a straw.
Yes, penises are often like straws.
That's what the doctors tell you.
I just want to.
What are we even doing?
I just have to say, I am drinking throughout this.
Oh, that's true. I forgot you did.
I'm drinking booze.
That makes a lot more sense. She's not drinking blood.
No,
She's drinking
it's
booze.
just alcohol. So if it just gets weirder from here, that's why.
Yeah, I should have known. I should have known, because I was like, okay, yeah, we're going there.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. All right. So anyway, so she's drinking her gross congealed blood.
Yeah, and this is when Eradicator shows up. He's just like, "Hey, vampire, fuck you!" And they're like, "Hey, come on!"
They're like, "What are you doing here?"
Then Halo's like, "What the hell, Eradicator? Chill out."
Yeah.
But he's like, "I'm here to take the vampire," and he's like, "No, let's not do that." So they apparently have some sort of plan here where to
There's a lot going on in this book.
I don't know why they're going to Central America, but they are.
Something about the guns.
Oh, that's right. They're helping. Yeah, that's right. They're helping him figure out what the hell's going on with the guns.
Yeah. So they all get in a plane and they're all going down. And for some reason, Looker's like, you know what? I don't want to be a redhead anymore. I am now a blonde.
Yeah, she's in disguise.
Maybe it's a wig. Yeah. And then we hear like apparently Eradicator used to be like a weird guy who looks like the dude in They Live with the mustache.
They Live?
Yeah, where he's like,
oh, you're talking about Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, yes, that guy.
Yeah, he looks like Donald Sutherland in Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
With the mustache, and he's like pointing. He looks like that, and he was like, I was sick or something, and I took a whole fuck ton of pills, and then I exploded?
Yeah.
And now
because they're talking about the guns, because he's explaining that the guns, the people that use the guns, the humans that use the guns have some sort of like dependency on the guns.
Yeah.
As we'll find out.
Yeah.
And it's like connected to like their emotions or whatever.
That's how I feel about my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's trying to he's like, yeah, I understand what it's like to be dependent on something because I used to look like Donald Sutherland and I took a bunch of pills and I exploded.
Yeah.
That's what happened. That's how I'm saying it.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. So they get there and like the idea, I guess, is like Eradicator's gonna play like Looker's chauffeur or something.
He looks like actually in this drawing right here, he looks like Stallone.
He does. He looks 100% like Stallone.
Looks like Stallone, like that is like actual Stallone.
Yeah.
He looks like his face.
Yeah, it does. It
looks like Stallone now.
It does look like Stallone now.
So
they go and they meet. This is the only person with white hair in the comic, so I'm assuming he's old.
He looks like a really buff Penn Jillette.
Oh, that's weird, but so accurate.
Yeah, he's like a tan buff Penn Jillette.
Yeah, he really is. He's like, "Hi there, Looker," and apparently Looker's like, "Oh man, I can't wait to suck the life out of this guy."
Yeah.
And then I don't know what they talk about.
Well, they come in and they're there to talk about the guns, I think.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's like, well, hey, before we talk about the guns, how about like we like hunt something? And he pulls off this thing off of this cage, and this is where Wild is.
Yeah. And apparently Wild just wandering through the desert.
Also, just noticed this big nose ring in Penn Jillette's face here.
Yeah, he also has a pube beard.
Yeah, he does have a pube beard.
It's because it's like literally the way it's drawn doesn't even look right. It just literally looks like pen strokes. Looks like a pube beard.
Hey,
look at my pube beard.
Yeah, where's the?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to look who drew this.
Can we at them and ask him the pube beard?
Did anybody draw this?
Nobody. Oh no, the art's not bad in this. It just happens to be that particular drawing. Just he looks like a pirate with a bad beard.
I was gonna point out. I was gonna be like, he was like, hey, so and so, how about that pube beard? How's that pube beard coming along? He's like, great.
Yeah, we don't know who drew it. The art's not bad. It's not a bad. It's actually very well. It's very welly. It's a very welly drawn book.
No, you can tell she's drunk.
I don't know what's happening. It's a very well drawn book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Actually, this is my favorite part here, where so Looker is pulling she's in this wig and she's pulling the scam on this guy, and she's thinking to herself, "Man, this is going great."
Yeah,
and this is where Eradicator goes, "Guard your thoughts, woman."
Yeah.
So then he unleashes he shows off Wild here, and Looker's like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this. I mean,
yeah, because like, it's time for the hunt.
Yeah, and like Looker's,
So are they hunting Wild or is Wild hunting?
They're supposed to hunt Wild.
Oh,
with these guns.
Much more fun the other way around.
Right. So, but Looker's like, oh man, this sucks. He's our friend. We need to like save our friend, and she just uses her eyes to do her eye thing with this Penn Jillette guy, and he shoots her and. He shoots her. Somehow he shoots her. He's
behind?
No, he shoots her like he's standing like right in front of her. He's like 10 feet, like 5 feet in front of her, and he still misses with this giant gun. He just hits her arm.
He's respecting social distancing, and he still misses her.
Yes.
It's only 6 feet.
Yeah, so this is, and the whole time, like, Eradicator's like, we should be more subtle, and then they're just like, fuck it. Because the team doesn't care.
They're just doing their thing, and he's like, "Fine, all right. I guess I'll just murder this person here." It looks like here. I don't know what's going on here exactly, but it looks like there's it's like a person with long hair, and he's shooting their head off. It's hard to tell the way it's drawn.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. That's I was looking at that, and I was like, "Wait, is there somebody in this
It's
crew
like their
that-"
head went all the way back.
Yeah,
That is a very confusing drawing because I don't even know who that person is.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, well, because there's a bunch of like flunkies there, and they start attacking the flunkies.
It looks like he knocked a woman's head clean off.
Yeah. So knocks a woman's head off,
or a man with very long hair.
They start shooting at everybody. They start shooting at Eradicator, and this is where Halo shows up and sneaks in, and she lets out Wild, and Wild is she's about to kill Penn Jillette, and and Eradicator's like, no, we need him to help us figure out where these weapons are based.
Yeah.
Because he knows where they're assembled.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know where they're actually like produced.
I she
Zulker uses her eye beams to put Wild back in his place or whatever.
These guns that, spoiler alert, are alien guns, are using that old trick where you make shit overseas and you just send it to America to assemble, and then you can say made in America.
Right.
Even though it's not.
Yeah.
Not really.
So these gun clips are like glowing, and we're trying to figure out why they're glowing. So
and he's like, oh, there's like energy inside of them, and I don't know. And they're like, well, and Wild's like, hey, just FYI, like, I bet Faust could tell us. I also have to find Faust because I guess he turned me into this thing.
Faust. So Wild was some guy's bodyguard, and he was gonna die. So Faust merged him with a bear.
Okay, I mean, that's not the worst thing to be merged with.
No.
Could have merged him with like an iguana or something.
He's kind of like a bear. He's kind of like it's kind of like being a bear in like BoJack Horseman universe. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel like every time we saw those bears, they would just go, BoJack Horseman.
Oh, that's right. The bears were kind of dumb.
Wasn't there like a lady bear that would show up all the time? She was like a nanny or something.
Yeah.
And she would just go, like she wouldn't talk.
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe it sucks to be a bear.
Yeah, it might.
So they go to Vegas though to find Faust, and Faust is doing well.
I felt like this was what was happening in the casino where Showgirls takes place.
Okay.
Because you remember, I bought that DVD, by the way.
That's right. You did?
I ordered it. I'm waiting for it to come to me.
Oh, that's right. That's where we went to go find it. We couldn't
find it. I found it on Amazon.
Did you buy it on Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I can't wait.
We need high def.
I can't wait.
Is there a 4K version?
I don't know. It's just a Blu-ray.
Okay.
I don't know if it's 4K. I don't think it is.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I'm very excited about it. I can't wait to see it again. So, but there's like, she goes into the casino where they're having like the musical goddess, I think it's called. I don't remember. And just, it looks like the shittiest casino from the outside. And I imagine that this is what's happening on the inside.
Yeah.
Like on the playing floor while Nomi, is dancing. This is what's happening outside.
I forgot what if her name was Nomi. What's
It's Nomi.
But like, is it short for something, or is it just Nomi?
I think it's just Nomi.
Yeah. Okay. I was like Naomi, but like
no, it's Nomi.
Forgot an A.
It's literally Nomi.
So
no, me.
No.
Sorry. Sorry. I just forever and ever and ever, as everyone does, you have to, if you ever see Versace, you just have to say, thanks, it's Versace.
Yeah.
So anyway, continue.
So the outsiders, the team here walks into this casino, into Showgirls Casino, and they're like, hey, Faust, we need your help. And Faust is...
Because he's about to get in trouble for like...
counting cards or some
shit. He's like, but I'm not doing anything. He's like, yeah, you kind of have superpowers, which are helping you. By the way, your friends over there...
Well, no, they don't know that he has superpowers.
No.
His friends have superpowers.
They do. Because didn't his friends just come in and say, "Hey, we need to talk to that guy. We have superpowers, and so does he." And then they like kick him out of the casino.
Oh, that's right.
So he's like, "Okay, fine." So now he's hanging out with his friends.
Yeah, and he's checking. He's trying to trace this energy or whatever, and it knocks him back. And they're like, "All right, well, it came from this warehouse here in Vegas."
Yeah,
and Looker changes into a mist and goes to check. Kind of like fuck with the security guards so they can do some recon or whatever. And she uses, she looks into, she starts freaking out. And so the rest of the team has to like jump in there and find out what the hell's going on. And they walk in and it's a bunch of monsters, like a bunch of gooey aliens.
Tentacle monsters.
I
thought we were really going to get some tentacle porn in here.
It's pretty much a hentai, right? It turns into a hentai porn.
It really does. I'm like, oh shit, people are going to start getting fucked by tentacles.
Hentai!
Unfortunately, that does not happen.
Yeah, I don't know if the Comic Code Authority would have allowed for that.
Was that still a thing? It didn't really have any power at this point.
No, it really didn't. But, I'm pretty certain that you'd have to...
It doesn't exist anymore.
No. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that it would have to... if this book though featured tentacle porn, I'm certain that DC wouldn't.
DC's not going to go in for tentacle porn.
DC's not going to go into tentacle porn unless it's on
HBO.
No, Vertigo.
Oh, I think they'd probably, if you did a documentary on like some cult that has tentacle porn in it, they would put it on HBO.
Yeah. Well.
If that fucking Keith Raniere guy was like, fucking had tentacle porn painted on his house, you better believe there'd be a whole episode dedicated to it. On The Vow.
Look at these tentacles playing volleyball.
It's just him with tentacles, like it's somebody's doing a painting.
I know he's playing. He goes, it's just him. He plays by himself. He's on one team. He's just a team, but he has many tentacles.
That's what I mean.
He's just hitting the ball.
There was just another person that you didn't see in like the filmmaker and the actress. There was the painter, and they were painting a mural that was literally a giant octopus with Keith Raniere's head playing volleyball with himself.
Oh, right.
You just missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just didn't put an episode on that.
Yeah. So they, so we hang out with we hang out with these tentacles. Okay. So basically what we find out is that these aliens are producing these guns,
and they like
or are supercharged or doing something with these guns.
They're kind of like symbiotes or something with these guns,
right? So what happens is they have these guns that when you use them, it feeds off your joy of violence. and it
oh shit, it really would have got a kick out of me in the beginning of this episode.
Yeah. It feeds off your joy of violence, and it finds a way to like crystallize that and like allows the aliens to like, allows them to sustain themselves or just, whatever, become
perfect planet to come to, aliens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, they hit the jackpot here.
They really did.
So we got some of these aliens here, and then we got, actually, let's see here. It's your emotion of violence that we treasure. The emotion our hypergun crystallizes into a form we may ingest while addicting those who wield the hypergun. These are called hyperguns. Guaranteeing our supply.
Yeah.
So they're like, and they mentioned something about the Green Lantern Corps. It was like, Green Lantern Corps was trying to, fuck with us, and, we just figured we'd just do this. And so we disguise ourselves as humans because we find out that some of them are human, or some of these humans are actually monsters too. And that's why Hooker was... Hooker. Sorry, Looker.
Looker?
Well, it's like in Vegas,
Hey.
Looker was screaming because...
Sex work's legal there.
Yeah, because she saw the... like this monster or whatever. So
I thought she exploded into tentacles, and I was very confused.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
And then
too.
I was like, "Oh no, is she gonna get fucked by tentacles?" No.
It was like, oh, this book took a weird turn.
It really did. I was very confused. Again, I've been drinking.
Yeah. So, one of these aliens, though, like Eradicator, like burns off his arm, and he calls
He calls him a meddling human cow. I'm like, you can say that about me too.
I really like that. I think we should really bring back the insult cow.
I like cow. I also like ape.
Ape's a good one.
I like
Donkey.
Ass. Well, that's
I like donkey. Just calling somebody a donkey's pretty funny.
You slug.
Ooh, slug. Yeah.
Slug is good. Yeah. Ape. You horse.
Nah, horses are good. I say donkey. Mule. Mule's a good one. Definitely cow. Call somebody a platypus. That's just like out of left field.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of other good ones.
Yeah. Blobfish. Shut up, blobfish.
Actually, I would pop real hard if somebody called somebody this blob. So I was like, "Fuck you, blobfish." I'm like, "Oh."
One day I'm going to go into politics and I'm going to get on the debate stage and then people are going to yell at me and I'm going to tell them that they're blobfishes. And I will not win, but it will be very funny.
Oh man, you'll go viral.
I'm doing it for the lulz.
That's your campaign slogan?
Yes.
Gen 2024. I'm doing it for the lulz.
Yeah, pretty much.
For some reason, it's just your first name. It's just you just go by your own. Just go by Jen. So, anyways, these the Wild starts tearing up these monsters. I mean, what's his face? Eradicator is just having a big fucking hard on because he's like retribution, justice.
Yeah,
and he's like,
he's coming.
He's
everywhere.
I mean, it looks like cum.
It does. It's a little slimy.
It's a little bit slimy and gross, and
it's grosser than the congealed blood.
I don't know. I think that's grosser.
Oh yeah, congealed blood's disgusting.
So the what's his face? Faust is using a bunch of spells, and the feedback from the spells starts like causing like a implosion. Mm-hmm. So the outsiders have to get the fuck out, and they get out, and the building implodes, and they jet. And news reporters there, and the news reporter's like, yeah, people said it was the outsiders, and they're criminals, and we're whatever. And this is where, as we mentioned at the end, mentioned briefly. So Geo-Force, Katana, and Technocrat show up, and they're like, yeah, we're actually the real outsiders. And those are imposters, so we're gonna like clear our name because we're not shitty, and those folks are shitty. Those folks are shitty, and they're not outsiders. So FYI.
Yeah.
And it was Paul Pelletier. I was gonna say Paul Pelletier and his working on that pew beard.
Yeah.
So and that's it. That's how it ends. We get our letters page. Outside the lines.
Not terrible.
It's all right. I mean, you're working in outside,
Working in outside. We're in a comic book medium. Okay.
It's true. Yeah.
Okay. Don't hate it.
All right.
So,
next issue, it's basically a battle between the two outsiders, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it for Outsiders Volume 2, number 0 from October 1994. I don't know how you feel about this Outsiders team. Do you think that would be something you want to keep reading?
No, I do not care.
No?
No, I mean, again, I thought the art in this book was really good.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. I do not enjoy Eradicator. I actually like Vampire Lady.
Right. Looker.
I appreciate that. Not a fan of Eradicator, though. So
yeah, he's kind of. I don't really know much about him outside of the fact that his
name's Eradicator.
His name's Eradicator, and he's one of the Supermans. But he's really grimdark, and I don't know. I'm not really. I mean, I'm a sucker for '90s comics, so I mean, if this is the thing though, is like we're not collecting this shit.
No.
So I just threw it. Just threw the book. But
tossed it softly onto the couch.
I did. But that's it for this week's show. Thanks for listening. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at Angry Hero Sean.
And I'm at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram. You can find the show on Facebook, Worst Collection Ever, and email the show, worstcollectionever@gmail.com.
And please rate, review, and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher,
Spotify, anywhere you get the podcast, and tell everybody about the show and tell them to check us out and our weird conversations about comics. We're probably, I think, the filthiest comic book podcast I think that exists.
And it's 75% my fault.
I mean, I get in there.
That's what I mean. 75% me, 25% you.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I'm wholesome.
I feel like people must listen to the show and pity you for having such a strange wife.
I don't know. I think
they're like, my God.
I say some dumb shit too.
Oh, no,
so
that's
everybody's.
true. I mean, both of us say dumb shit, but I wonder if people listen to this and go, how?
I don't know. Hey, you know what?
I'm drinking pineapple vodka, so
if you want to write into the show or find us on whatever and comment on that, and if you pity me for having to deal with Jen,
that homeless guy really pitied you that one time. Do you remember that?
What did you do to him?
I yelled at him.
That's right.
Because he was okay. So we lived in Boston, and we were coming up out of the T station at
I think it was Boylston.
No, it was Mass Ave.
Mass Ave, that's right.
Right at Mass Ave. So as you come up, you can go up the way and dump onto Mass Ave, but if you want to come and dump onto Tremont, you go up the side stair, right?
Yeah.
Was it Tremont?
I think it was...
No, Newberry.
Yeah.
Newberry Street.
Newberry.
If you want to go on Newberry, you have to go up the side street. Up the side, so you go up this pair of stairs, and at the top, it's one of those big metal doors that like interlock and swing. Like
it swings in one direction.
In one direction, it's like a
turnstile.
It's turnstile. And so I'm trying to come out of it, and there's a homeless guy on the other side, and he stopped me. He stopped the door. He was holding it, and I was like, "Dude, you got to move." And he wouldn't let go, and I told him to fuck himself, and I shoved to get out because there's a whole line of people behind me, and he just wouldn't let me out. And I was like, "Get the fuck out of my way!" Of course, I lived in fucking Boston. This is how you react. So I shoved this man, and because I didn't shove him, I shoved the door so I could get out. And he looks at Sean, and he goes, something like, "Oh, you must have a miserable life," or something, because I yelled at him. But I was like, "Dude, you were trying to keep me hostage to this fucking station."
Yeah, I know. I think you're in the wrong here, buddy.
He was in the wrong. I was 100% right.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my way. Don't block a fire exit, sir.
Yeah, right. You're lucky. You're lucky. It was just you.
Yeah, dude. If it was some fucking roided out socks head.
Yeah, right.
Some fucking dude from Southie, he would have beat that man into a pulp. He's lucky all I did was shove a door.
That man would be fucking missed.
Yeah, I just shoved that door.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it would have been a bad scene.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you for listening. Oh, by the way, check out YouTube at Angry Hero 79 on YouTube. You can find me there, opening up gimmicks.
Yeah.
I'm having some fun there. And I'm going to eventually, because I got my book, my Marvel official handbook of the Marvel Universe Deluxe Edition Omnibus. And I am looking forward to reading random selections from there. I'm going to do that on Twitch and then upload them to YouTube. So, and I also upload them to here, the podcast feed, so you guys can listen to them. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So keep an eye out for that. And once again, thanks for listening. Talk to you again next time.
Bye.